I know from you reading this title today, you're going to be like, my village people has finally caught up with me in my neighborhood. But hold on, okay? Don't judge yet, okay? I want you to watch this video to the end before you kind of start judging and asking or questioning my decision, our decision about moving back to Nigeria, okay? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mabel, and here on my channel I film about family, relationships, beauty and lifestyle. I also do vlogs, and I just like to share topics that I feel like are interesting, something that I feel like you're going to like and maybe learn a thing or two from. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe to my channel, okay? And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to our channel. Don't forget to comment on this video, like, share, subscribe if you have not already, and let us enjoy this journey together, okay? So, as much as many people are beginning to move out of Nigeria, I mean in drones, there are a lot of people that have been moving out of Nigeria, especially families and even single people, basically to the abroad, specifically to Canada and the UK as well. Yes, some people who also live abroad have been considering moving back to Nigeria. Yes, and I know you will think this is an awkward thought or even like a crazy decision, but at the same time, as much as there are some advantages and disadvantages of living in Nigeria, there are also advantages and disadvantages of living here in the abroad, okay? I think I've shared some advantages or so of living abroad, or maybe I've done a video about comparing living in America versus living in Nigeria. I'm going to leave that video link down on my description box, but yet, like I said earlier, there's some of us who live abroad that have been thinking about moving back to Nigeria, okay? As much as people are also thinking of moving abroad. So, as much as a lot of people are considering living in Nigeria, a lot of people are also considering moving back to Nigeria. I know it's not a crazy thought, okay? There are opportunities everywhere in the world. I personally am the one who thinks that it doesn't matter where I find myself, I'm going to possess the land that I am in, okay? Yeah, so and in this video I said abroad, and I mentioned Canada and the UK because the Canada and the UK have programs that have been suitable in the past few years for people to come into their country. They've been making it easy and just, provided all these different programs for people who would like to migrate to their country to migrate to. And I'm not talking about America right now because, you guys, even to get a visiting visa to America at the moment is very hard. I don't know if you know about it, if you have families and friends in Nigeria who have been trying to visit you in America. If you live in America, you can tell, you understand what I'm talking about. So, and I'm saying that because also the program that that used to be available for Nigerians to move to America, which is the DV lottery program, is no longer available for Nigerians, okay? But maybe I'm going to do a video also about how to move to America, ways I can come to America and all that. I'm going to start adding some immigration videos to this my channel, okay? But until then, I'm going to just be referring to the UK and Canada, or maybe I just say abroad in this video, just to make it more generalized than just making it specific to a certain country. I mean, so yes. So talking about moving back to Nigeria, okay? This video, I think I'm doing it because we have these friends who just moved back to Nigeria after living in the abroad for so many years, okay? Yes. And we have been talking to them for a long time, when they were making plans and all that, and they finally made the move back to Nigeria. Some people think it was a crazy decision for them, but I personally, I think I can understand so much with them why they moved back to Nigeria. And it's not even something I would say I haven't considered ever doing, or I'm not considering, or I will not consider in the near future, okay? So that being said, I'm going to tell you guys some of the reasons why anyone would want to move back to Nigeria from the abroad, okay? Yeah. So just sharing with friends, some of our friends and family members who live in Nigeria, I feel like whenever we talked about moving back to Nigeria, to them it felt like one terrible decision anyone can make, okay? And I understand with them why they would think that, but I feel like with us, even for family members, I don't think they feel like it's that much of a crazy decision. I feel like it's a 50-50 thing with our family, but with friends, I think they feel like it's a terrible decision, okay? Yeah. So like I earlier said, I strongly believe that no matter where I find myself, according to the word of God, which is what we base our life on, he will give us the land that we possess. So that being said, here are a few reasons why I feel like anyone or most people who live abroad would ever consider moving back to Nigeria, or even me myself, if I would ever consider moving back to Nigeria. Here will be some of my reasons. Okay, yeah, the first reason will be that home is home. There's no place like home. I think this is a general saying that most people must have heard, you know, home is home, no place like home. But you all, if you've never lived abroad before, you will not understand what it means when people say home is home and there is no place like home. Okay, so that's the first reason. Now, the second reason will be that abroad is hard. Yes, not a lot of people will come here to tell you the truth, but I'm one person who will tell you guys the truth. Living abroad is very hard. Okay, and before I even go into trying to explain the reason why I said living abroad is hard, the first thing I'll say is that people who live in Nigeria are the ones who even make living abroad for Nigerians or for people who live abroad hard. They kind of contribute to a great extent to making living abroad hard. Okay, and when I say that, I think I say from the perspective of just the expectations. Okay, they put unrealistic expectations on people who live abroad in expecting that, you know, the normal saying, I think even before I moved abroad, I used to hear that, you know, people who live abroad pick money on the streets and all that. But no, it doesn't work like that. Life abroad is actually very hard. Okay, and people back home make it more difficult for people who live abroad because they set unrealistic expectations for them, and then they have all these demands on people who live abroad. Okay, yeah, I say this because I think recently I've been watching a lot of vlogs about the cost of living in Nigeria. I've watched videos from Sisi Yemi's channel and so many other people, what's her name, Chinyere Abang. Some people who have really showed us how the cost of living is in Nigeria. And even from talking to my family members, I believe and I know that the cost of food especially has gone so high in Nigeria. And I'm saying this because I spoke to one of my friends about the cost of feeding abroad here as well. In America, cost of food also went up. It didn't just happen in Nigeria. It happened, I think, all around the world because they've been, I think, a kind of problem with production and supply and all that. Okay, so I was talking to somebody about how food is not expensive in America as well. You know, I know once you're abroad and you say things like this, people are like, why is she saying this? Is she suffering abroad? No, this is just realistic things, but it's just that we who live abroad, we are not allowed to complain. Because when I was talking to my friend about how things have gone up also in America, even at the children's school, how they don't give them 2 option meal anymore. You have to take the option that is provided, and just different things. And my friend kept wondering, oh, you are in America. I think that's what she said. You're in America. Why are you complaining? And I'm like, do we pick food on the street? Or do we pick money on the street? Or, you know, are we not also allowed to complain because we live in America or we live abroad? You know, she was just saying, I'm like, no. Things have also increased in America. Okay, I talk to my friends about certain things, and especially with also have children, a lot of things have gone up, cost of food, and to think that, you know, these things got expensive, and it's not like we got raised at our jobs or we got more money coming in. It's the same amount of money we made, but then we're spending more on food. But then I'm saying this because, you know, if you live abroad, you're not allowed to complain. Okay, so people back home just make it hard for us to live abroad because we don't have the right to complain. We don't have the right to say we're broke. We don't have the right to say we don't have money. So they make it hard for us. And also talking about it being hard from the perspective of looking at it from the lens of people who live back in the country. You know how people who live back home, I say this all the time, back home, for me, back home feels like it's easier to live and succeed back home. Or not succeed, you can succeed anywhere. It's just easier to live and manage your life back home, because you guys, if you go back home in Nigeria, you see people with children with no jobs maybe, but yet they're raising their children and they're providing. You know, people build houses and there is their house. People buy cars. Like back home in Nigeria, you see people buying cars 1 time, 2 times, 3 times in a year, and they're paying full prices for these things. And then we are abroad. Yes, we have our houses, you know, we buy houses, but we buy them on mortgage, or just a few people can really afford to pay their whole house in full. You know, back home, people buy cars, they pay in full. So in a year, you see people have 1 car, 2 car, 3 cars, they build their houses, it's all theirs, you know, and all that. But here in America, You know, when we buy a house, it's mortgage. We buy car, we do car payments. Even some people, even in their homes, they buy furniture and all these things, and they set payment plans. Okay, it's not like there's no money abroad. Okay, it's just that, you know, there's a way of living where we live. Okay, there's a way of doing things over here. So you make money. As much as you make money, you spend as much as you make. It only takes a determined person to, and someone who really has plans to, you know, save in the abroad. You know, otherwise you're going to be working and be making a lot of money, and you're going to be spending almost as much as you make. Okay, so those back home, they have their homes, they have their cars, all fully paid for, is theirs. But yeah, they'll be asking people who live abroad for money and all that. And then when you who live abroad don't help, then it looks like you're bad or something. So I feel like those who live back in Nigeria put pressure on people who live abroad. So one of the reasons why I want to move back to Nigeria is because I want to own my own house. I want to have 5 cars. I mean, at the end of the year, people are buying cars for Christmas and all that. You know, I want to live in Nigeria too, so I cannot put pressure on my friends who live abroad here to give me money, to help me out and all that, okay? So I feel like that's one of the reasons why anyone who lives abroad who's considering moving back to Nigeria will be a good reason why they want to be considering moving back to Nigeria, okay? Another reason why I might be considering moving back to Nigeria will be that life in Nigeria is easier, you guys. It is easier. I mean, let's talk about lack of law, lawlessness, or less laws or less rules, okay? There, you know, you can live freely in Nigeria without so many laws and rules. But if you live abroad, there's so much laws. Like some of the laws and rules are even choking. Let's go from speed limits, which I think having speed limits is and abiding by some traffic laws is great for any country. But then laws like, you know, like you put your trash can outside, you pick up the trash, and if you leave your trash out there for a long time, the can, you're going to get fined. If you don't mow your grass, you're going to get fined. I mean, everything in this country, you're going to get fined. If you live abroad, everything is, you're going to get paid. You pay. So I feel like it's just easier to live in Nigeria because somehow, you know I like to live in a law-abiding country, but sometimes the lawlessness and the ease to do things without getting in trouble can just be fun, basically. So I think that's one of the reasons, as a Nigerian, born in Nigeria, raised in Nigeria, I miss that part of just, you know, living freely, okay, and not being choked by too many laws and rules, okay? I'm talking about life being easy. I said it before. In Nigeria, you can see a family of 5, 6 with income. They're making income as low as 50,000 naira a month or even lower, and they're surviving. They're surviving, but in this country, you cannot survive, okay? You can't survive. And like I said, I'm not comparing both countries. I'm just telling you guys, our thoughts about moving back to Nigeria and some of the reasons that might help, you know, make us actualize that plan of moving back to Nigeria, okay? So, talking about also living an easier life in Nigeria, okay? You see, in Nigeria, if you want to start a business, really, it is easy to start a business. I mean, somebody can have a store attached to their fence or their gate, however it's called in Nigeria. You know, you can just run a store in your neighborhood. You can run a business wherever you are. I mean, you can even run a business under a tree. You can start is it vulcanizer, like a mechanic kind business under the tree, something like that. Like, it's so easy to run a business. It's so easy to make ends meet in Nigeria. But here in the abroad, okay, you cannot. I mean, for you to start a business, it doesn't matter if it's like working from home, business from home. You go from registering the business. You can't even, like, before you can even actually rent like a store, because I'm saying this from experience, okay, because I've tried to run a business here in America before, like own a beauty store and all that, like actually rent a proper store. I mean, the money used to even rent the store and all that. Before you make that money back, before you make it back, you're going to have to like do the business for a long time, and you have other things like, you know, just trying to run a business here opened my eyes to so many things. You have to have insurance on your business. You also have to have insurance, because from the business I was going to do back then, like if somebody had an accident in my store, for example, they walked into my store and they fell, you know, they can sue me because they can claim that the floor was slippery, and so I have to have like an insurance to insure me on things like that. So running a business here is not a child's play, okay? You pay a lot of insurance, you have to plan, you have to run a business and also have something on the side, because if you have to rely on the business from the beginning, you might not see profit coming. So I feel like just living in Nigeria is easy. You can live in Nigeria, you can start a business. Some people have been, even if you want to, you can't even open like a food business here, because you have to be thinking about, insurance, inspections, food poisoning. You eat from your store and they get poisoned, they can sue you. So, these are just things that people don't really know about living in the abroad, that I feel like I want to start sharing light on, which I think I already started sharing light on, about Chronicles of Living Abroad. But I mean, these are like detailed, specific information, that things that make living abroad a little bit hard, especially for some people who are business oriented and just want to have their business. Okay, yeah, so that's another reason why I feel like I'm considering moving back to Nigeria. Okay. The reason why I would consider moving back to Nigeria will be for the fact that I am brown skin. Okay, no matter how much we want to sugarcoat this topic, or we try to avoid it, we are still treated differently based on the color of our skin. Okay, I've said this before, that I never really knew the color of my skin until I moved abroad. And this has nothing to do with America alone. It is applicable to so many countries, to Asia, to the UK and all that. And I'm saying this because this is one of the reasons why, the family friend of ours who moved back to Nigeria, because they lived in Asia. Let me just tell you guys, they lived in Asia, okay, somewhere in Asia, and they talked about the way they were treated, okay, just being black or brown skin, and then being Nigerians. Like, it was so hard, and because they're already raising a family there, it was hard on them as adults, and it was hard on their little children too. And I think this applies to people who live abroad. If you are not in your original country, like if you're from Africa and you live abroad, you're facing these things. Even the African Americans who live here too, they also face the same thing. If you just have a certain tone of skin that is not, you're treated differently. Yes. So I feel like just that treatment, and just always feeling like I'm second class, and then, like you get treated differently at work. The children sometimes also feel this whole treatment at their schools as well. Of course, by the grace of God, we are pulling through. But just because I want to be in my country and feel accepted and feel like I don't feel different, and I'm not trying to belong, I don't have to do extra at work, I don't have to be extra careful because I don't want to, because the same crime or the same thing that somebody will do at work and they will get away because they are the way they are, you will do the same thing and you're going to get in trouble because you are a certain kind. Okay, so just being treated like that, and just being tired of being or hearing about things like that, or reading stories about people being treated differently because of the color of their skin, is one of the reasons why I feel like I'm going to move back to Nigeria at some point to raise my children, because I want them to live in a country and be treated like the queens and kings that I am. Okay, yeah, so that's one of the reasons. Also, we're talking about living here. Okay, let me say this one. Okay, I said this before and I'm saying it again. Those who live in Nigeria, I feel like they are living their best lives also, because I live in here in America. Okay, for us to go on a vacation, we have to plan. Of course, we go on like vacation within America, we have to plan based on work schedule and just based on income, and trying to make sure we don't spend so much money, because we spend so much money on other things. If you live abroad, you pay for your mortgage or your rent, you pay for house insurance, you pay for life insurance, you pay for car insurance, you pay for so many things. Okay, there's so many things we pay for. Okay, just because we have all these things going, it's hard to plan all these things. I mean, there are some of our friends and family members who live back home that go on vacation one time, twice a year. And when I say vacation, I mean vacation outside Nigeria. Okay, and it's not like they have more money than me or they're doing better, but it's just that it's just easier back home. Okay, it's easier. Once you have your house, like I said earlier, the house is yours. Once you have your car, the car is yours. You see, in Nigeria, people have 2, 3 cars, 4 cars parked in their house. Here in abroad, you cannot have, well, if you have 3, 4 cars, it's luxury. I mean, majority of the families here, they just have 2 cars, one for mom and one for dad. Because if you have more than 1 or 2, you're going to be paying insurance. And I'm saying this thing, and I'm not saying it applies to every single person who lives abroad, okay? I'm saying it from my own perspective and from perspective of most people, okay? So I feel like those who live in Nigeria, that are doing well or that are doing as much as that. I feel like those that I can put on my own classification level and all that, I feel like they are going on vacations more. And I'm saying this thing because this concerns me. I like vacation. I like to enjoy. I like to live a good life. So I feel like I want to move back to Nigeria because I want to have the chance of really traveling abroad to so many other countries as opposed to living in the US and then just traveling within the US and not really travel abroad as much as I want. Okay, is that a genuine reason? I don't know about you, but as for me, I feel like that's a good enough reason for me to want to move back to my country. Okay, so that being said, I just thought I wanted to come here and share a few reasons why I would want to consider moving back to Nigeria. Yes, I know a lot of people move to the abroad for greener pastures, for better life and all. Some people abroad also, you know, want to move back to Nigeria for whatever reasons it is, and whatever reason it is, you know, it is good and fine. Okay, so at the end of the day, I feel like I'm just, you know, I'm saying all these things because I'm one person who just wants to live a good life. I want to enjoy my life as much as I can. I mean, I want to live my life and enjoy it to the fullest, and wherever I feel like I can get that kind of enjoyment, and so I will take. Okay, I mean, it might be flimsy reasons, okay, yes, and I still have reasons why I'm in America. I've said this before. I already did a video about that. But if I choose to move back to Nigeria just because I want to be free, just because I want to, you know, go on the streets, buy, you know, drive, wind my glass down, order casera gala, maybe because I just want to enjoy street food, maybe because I just want to have nanny with me, I want to live my life and knowing that I have domestic staff to do everything that I want them to do, whatever the reasons are, I mean, you can choose to live wherever you want to, but I feel like these are good enough reasons, and most people who live abroad that are Nigerians will also understand with me on these facts, on these reasons. And I know some of them in their mind they want to move back, but they don't have the guts to say it. But I'm saying this because I know I can, and I feel like, you know, moving back home to me again, if anybody tells me today to move back to Nigeria, to me, I don't think it'll be a big deal. I would gladly move back because I feel like wherever I find myself, I'm going to succeed regardless. Okay, yeah, that being said, I've come to the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you like the content of this video. Okay, yes, I hope you like it, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel, like my video, share, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.